I want to see if another thing kind of fell under your radar. Let me ask you a question. Have you heard of the new Meta smart glasses?
Yep.
All right. Another thing that I think is pretty cool that I think a lot of people are going to adopt, and I think it comes out this month. Last time I was reading about it, is Meta is coming out with a smart glasses by Ray-Bans. You said you have heard about it, right?
I'm an investor, so I'm very, very well informed about what Meta has going on.
All right, cool. So what I like about these glasses here, and I just pulled it up real quick. What I like about these glasses is if a person is really involved, maybe on Instagram, or a person's really involved on Facebook, they're going to be able to go live from their glasses. So you can actually see what the users see, and you don't actually have to have like the cameraman. So based off what you know, because we got to wrap it up. We know we can't talk about this money for too long. Do you believe that what Meta's doing with Ray-Ban, would you call that a good investment from Aaron O experience, or would you call it a bad investment?
Oh, no doubt it's going to be a cash machine, because you just have to look at content, right? If you look at camera angles and things like that, think about it one way, you're going to have the people to see what you see. So if you know how to narrate stories, and if you know how to vlog and things like that from your point of view, oh, you're going to kill it. And then you also have to look at the physical part of you carrying a camera in your hand as opposed to here. So it's going to be a game changer. You have to look at it as they're going to directly use their reach, their massive billion-plus users, right? That will make it a fluid transition to get from one area to one area. So I can stream on all these particular areas. So there's going to be massive competition from, the Amazon and the Googles and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But they are going to run that market. So it's a game changer, because it's one model to start proving augmented reality and the concept that it ain't going to be weird. The glasses ain't going to be super bulky, and we're going to slowly, gradually pull you over to one aspect. So, yeah, I think it's a game changer. Yeah, ultimately, I think they're doing. Look, Zuck is doing a phenomenal job. What can you say? That's his lane. That's what he does. So,
well, I think with Ray-Bans definitely have a big effect on the military community. I don't know nobody in the military who don't have it.
Well, so forget the branding. So you think the Ray-Ban, forget the tech, right? Because you like, man, after tech, it's about what's cool. You think the Ray-Bans partnership is what's putting them over top, as opposed to the tech aspect of it.
Well, I love the tech. I love the look, and I also like that it's not bulky, because usually when you have, these are still roughly identical to that. And the thing that I love the most is the price point. They're coming in right at what, $400. I think that's affordable for most users. I know people are arguing, but $400 is definitely going to be something that I believe every content creator is going to have, right? It's no way that you can have somebody, an IG model, who don't have these glasses. What I'm hoping to see is different designs. This first group that they're rolling out is all the same kind of bulk, like the same kind of type of glasses. And I think it's just for the simple fact that I think it's just because that was where their technology fed at. But imagine if they can go with something a little bit slimmer, a little bit more sexier. I think truthfully and honestly that this right here is going to change the game. And I think they did it correctly, because Ray-Ban have been talking about doing this for a while. I think the big difference is Ray-Ban seeing the value in partnering with somebody who already have the social media influence, but they don't have to go that route to do that much promotion. So I think it was a great partnership.
Meta is really doing them the favor. Let's be honest. We're not about to play no games. I get it. Ray-Ban's cool, no knock. But I'm not a luxury guy. That's not my thing. But I'm sure this is a collaboration. I can get to Prada. I can get to Louis. I can get to all of them. Get their logo there and put some glasses on them. So really, it's not doing them the favor. But it's still culture that's involved in that as well.
I think the other things would have been too large of a gap. So I think what Mark Zuckerberg realized, who are my main users? How can I get this to the main people that use Facebook versus Instagram? I love that he didn't want to make this into a luxury product. Yes, he could have went with Louis Vuitton, for example, but those glasses was $3,000, nobody would have them. Only Android would have them.
Listen, brother.
Android would have them, but ETheManWilliams wouldn't. If they was $3,000, I'm not buying them glasses.
Listen. This what the price point is the starting point. You always have something for your affluent users. You always have that. So that may be the floor with them, but they're going to have a upper scale type of collab with somebody else. For somebody to be like, I got 1 million subs, I need something different. Yeah, they're going to have something else. It's just dated down. The reason why is two reasons. When Apple came out with their whole presentation, people were turned off by the bulk of the Apple thing. You know, I forget what they call it, but somebody put it in chat, whatever the hell. I can't remember the name of it. But the bulk of it, right? And people were turned off by that. So they got the luxury of seeing the price point and the bulk of the product. Now, Apple has to sell a premium product. Even if it wasn't, they got to sell it that way. So they saw that. They go, okay, cool. People turned off by that. They already did us dirty with the little, making us pay that extra fee for using the, Apple store that they doing, So then they said, we're going to hit them with the lower price and we're going to bring a more sleek product that people going to love. So right now, Zuck is just killing the game right now. He's killing them. He's I'm going to save that for another show. I
think what it really comes down to, let me show it to you one time. I think you're not going to even be able to tell that you have glasses on. So imagine you having a conversation with a police officer, right? And you having this conversation and you got these glasses on. He's not going to even be able to know that he's being recorded. Now, eventually he's going to catch on like everybody else catch on. But if you look, you can't even tell that this have 2 cameras on both sides that you can really kind of see the difference that the cameras is almost hitting. And I think that is the key that they kind of figured out is how they was able to kind of hide that camera. It's like inside of that frame. If you look at the top of it, it's really hard to tell that the camera is actually there. And I think that is the big thing that we're seeing with these glasses.
Well, I do think, shout out to Peter the Investor, I do think their Apple Vision Pros will be really, really good. When they put things together, Apple does a phenomenal job. They don't put out no weak product typically. Everything has to be Apple worthy, and they put a lot of R&D into it. There's a few things down the pipeline that they're holding out on, and Apple's the best. I want to say the very best at protecting their confidential products. So people don't know about them before they come out. It's very rare to get a leak from Apple. They do not play. But I would say that their virtual reality Vision Pros are going to be good going into the future, no doubt. I think they're going to be one of the leaders in that space.
Do you think Meta have an advantage because they have a head start? Because they released this in 7 days. We're talking on the 19th of this month that those glasses actually come out.
No, they have a head start based upon the comparison of the CEO. So let me give you the example. Zuckerberg created this company, and this is his lane of expertise. I'm not saying he's a creator per se, right? Meaning that he creates these phenomenal things, but this is the area in which he is submerged in. This is his one area that he's special. This is what I do, right? When you look over at Tim Cook, he didn't create that company. You see what I'm saying? He knows how to navigate a business phenomenally, but the visionary aspect, I think Zuck has an advantage over him in that aspect. And I don't know what it is with Zuck, but maybe it's because he's way younger and he's more tied to this particular generation, meaning of millennials. And so that might be his edge, but Apple is just so well run. They have so much money, and they just, the thing that sets Apple apart is that they have ingratiated themselves in everybody's everyday life. No matter, like, your phone is your eyes. You could argue this Ray-Ban thing is cool, but these phones are your eyes, because if you start looking at, they're already looking to pass legislation where you can actually replace your physical California, your Arizona, your Georgia ID to be replaced digitally on your phone legally. So through app, like, so they already so ahead of the game. They got you so entrenched in their ecosystem. I I would say I could argue maybe Meta is the leader because they spent so much money, they've acquired companies, but I just wouldn't say nobody's the clear-cut leader because it's still foreign. So
all right, but hey, Aaron, we better stop. Two
Mhm.
black men talking about investments and talking about what the world was going. We gotta stop that. We gotta start talking about these relationships. Because you know that if Granville hear me talk a little bit longer, he might get rid of me because he said we only have 30 minutes on Thursday to have these conversations.